Last night, I joined a friend, Neil Kiernan, who goes by VRadio on YouTube, to interview Dominick Black. You can listen to that interview in its entirety here. Dominick was Kyle Rittenhouse's best friend and loaned Kyle the AR-15 that Kyle used to shoot 3 men in Kenosha back in 2020. During the interview, Dominick mentioned something profound that I didn't grasp adequately at the time. In reflecting on his comments, I think there can be a strong case made that prosecutor Thomas Clair Binger's shenanigans may have been more severe than we originally thought. And given his behavior during the trial, that's no small feat. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With cold, blunt analysis cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's time for the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
Just to refresh your memory, here's a snip of Dominick's testimony.
And when you say you were ready, what exactly did you do with your gun?
We had aimed them
You would point your gun at those people?
in the direction.
Did the defendant do that?
I'm unaware.
You didn't see the defendant point his gun at those people?
No, I was looking at the construction site.
You'll notice that Binger tries to get Dominick to finger Kyle as someone who provoked others by pointing his rifle at them. Dominick didn't bite, and his refusal to go along with Binger's plans set the stage for a courtroom defeat that at times reached comical levels. I have a video here that discusses this interaction in more detail. Now, let's flip over to the interview. Here, Dominick is talking about another issue that arose between Binger and him, and to me, this is disturbing. Let's listen in.
What he wanted you to say was, I saw Kyle pointing his rifle and threatening people. And he really tried hard to get you to say that, and you didn't.
Yeah.
And
So,
nobody credited you for that.
yeah. So right beforehand, right before I went on the stand, he had pretty much told me, I sat down with him and he was like, look, I need you to go up there and I need you to bring up the video that I've given as evidence. And, the whole time I'm just scared, I don't even want to go up there. And I'm just like, okay.
At the time, the gravity of Dominick's statement escaped me, but Dominick is saying here that one reason Binger called him to the stand was for him to mention the CVS video, the video that had been ruled inadmissible. And yes, I did confirm with Dominick privately that he is referring to the CVS video in this interview. The CVS video captured Kyle watching rioters loot a pharmacy in Chicago during riots some weeks before the shooting. Let me refresh your memory.
Bro, I wish I had my I'd start shooting rounds at them.
Now, Judge Schroeder rightly denied Binger's motion to introduce the video to the jury. The legal reasoning for the judge's dismissal are iron tight. Allowing the video in as evidence would have wiped out any conviction on appeal, and the judge knew it. No one who understands Wisconsin's rules for evidence admissibility can seriously think that the video should have been played to the jury. Apparently, Binger really felt that the jury would find the video to be highly probative. Prejudice be damned. According to Dominick, Binger tried to skirt the judge's dismissal by having Dominick bring it up while on the stand. Naturally, Kyle's defense team would have objected, but there's no unringing the bell. The jury would have heard Dominick's claim, and there would be no way to erase the image of Kyle as an impulsive vigilante. The judge could have implored the jury to ignore what they heard, but the train would have already left the station. I'm no lawyer, but to me it seems that Binger's tactic was a gross violation of courtroom procedure and professional ethics. Now, Dominick refused to play along.
I got up there and he's looking at me and I'm looking at him and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. It's wrong. It doesn't prove anything. It's like, I'm not going to do that. And by the time my turn was over on the stand, I could tell he was furious with me.
Yeah.
So what did Binger do? He figured he could sway Kyle to profess that he had no right to shoot anyone to protect property, which Binger could then claim opened the door to mentioning the CVS video to the jury. And we all know what the judge did in response.
But yet you have previously indicated that you wished you had your AR-15 to protect someone's property, correct?
I'm going to ask you to go into the library again for a moment, please.
He knows he can't go into this, and he's asking the questions. I asked the court to strongly admonish him, and the next time it happens, I'll be asking for a mistrial with prejudice.
First of all, Your Honor, this was the subject of a motion. I'm well aware of that. And the court left the door open.
For me, not for you.
My understanding of
You should have come and asked for reconsideration. Why would you think that that made it okay for you, without any advance notice, to bring this matter before the jury?
Binger's attempts to get the CVS video included as evidence appears to be a gross violation of courtroom procedure, and it really points out why Binger's case against Kyle was so hopeless. You have the defendant on video all night, including the shootings. You have eyewitness testimony of all 3 shootings. There is no shortage of physical evidence. Given all that, to convict Kyle, he needed the jury to watch a video taken weeks prior about a completely unrelated event? So, what do you think? Evidence is ruled inadmissible. The prosecutor tries to get a witness to bring it up while on the stand. Now, this is Dominick's testimony. I didn't hear any of the exchange between Binger and Dominick firsthand, but his statements came out during an informal interview years after the fact. That lends credence to his claim that Binger tried to skirt the rules of evidence admissibility in a really bad way. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.